let's start with Chicago here. We'll go through each of the teams. The Bears only 5 picks, but I look up and down. I think they did a really good job. Starting with Caleb Williams, we all knew that was going to be the pick. We know you don't like him, Jack, but if you're thinking about who the Bears have been, in 5 years, we're going to look back and this is going to be the draft where it could have changed everything. This was the moment where it changed everything for the Bears. Culture matters in the NFL. Forever, the Bears have been great defense, basically no offense, good at home in Soldier Field, but they're just never going to deliver. I think this actually is a point now where there's swagger on this Bears offense with Odunze and Caleb, who obviously the Bears didn't make it a secret. They wanted Rome by having him. He was working out with Caleb Williams. They were on jets together. I think that with those two guys coming in, joining Keenan Allen and DJ Moore, this Bears team for the first time, I think that they're going to come out next year and there's a chance that Bears offense is lighting it up, which we've never have seen from Chicago. Jay Cutler was good with Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey a bit, but this feels different. Would you guys agree with that?
Oh, there's a whole lot of reason to be hyped. Yeah, absolutely. And if Caleb is what he's cracked out to be and what people think he's going to be, then there's no reason to believe that they can't be very, very good. I do believe that we'll be debating shortly who is worse, Jamarcus Russell or Caleb Williams.
Yeah, for any Bears fan listening, Jack has hated Caleb Williams. The rest of Ziggy and I strongly disagree.
But look, if he hits the ceiling that everybody thinks he will, then there's reason to be super, super excited.
You are right that in 5 years we will be looking back at the draft that could have changed the Bears, and we will either decide that the Bears have some life and are doing pretty okay and finally found a quarterback, or they truly are the most cursed franchise in the entire NFL 100%. At the position.
If this is the one, if they miss on Caleb, where Mitch had tons of question marks, they've had Fields had question marks too. This was the number 1 overall pick, the unanimous number 1 overall pick since the time he stepped on a football field at Oklahoma. Before that, and if this one doesn't work out with the supporting cast that he has, then I think we're all going to sit back and go okay, these guys are never going to have anyone step in and be good. But they even got here in the 3rd round, Ziggy. They got your guy, who was it? The Yale kid, right? The offensive tackle.
Yeah, I told you.
They got a tackle from Yale.
No, but that was Ziggy's. This guy was Ziggy's surprise riser in the draft. Everyone's been talking about him. He's a project. What's his name? It's Kieran what's the
Karan.
Oh, Karan.
Amagaji.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Wait, say that again.
Karan Amagaji.
Yeah, that was excellent. Well done, Ziggy. Everyone knows I have trouble with pronunciation.
He played Ivy League football.
Yeah,
he was so freaking.
No, he was great. This is someone that a lot of people were talking about rising up the draft board, and Chicago there for those first 3 picks between those 3 dudes. If I'm a Bears fan, I am jacked up. I think that this is I walked out of this draft thinking the Bears are a wild card team next season.
I love the Roman Odunze or Odunze? Yeah, Odunze pick. I like that a lot. On paper, this looks fantastic.
So, Ziggy, did you like Odunze at 9 there? Now, some people thought they could have gone with any defensive player was available at this point still. But
here's it's solid though.
It is good.
The defense is solid, and importantly, we saw how the rest of the NFL saw these defensive players, right? Mm-hmm. Nobody was really excited about any of them. The fact that Latu was the first defensive edge to go tells me that nobody really saw anything super high in these guys, the cornerbacks even more. Taking a consensus top 10 prospect, a good wide receiver, who frankly you can't have enough of, I think it makes a world of sense. Because realistically, I get that the Bears have a decent, they've got some skill position players, but you do not. Do you think the Bengals felt bad when Joe Burrow in his 2nd year was able to step in with 3 great weapons?
No, not at all. And Odunze, what was he? 6'3", 215.
He complements it well. DJ Moore, I've been high on DJ Moore for a while, but you don't necessarily want him to be your undisputed alpha. Keenan Allen is very good, but he gets hurt a lot.
And he's 32.
Yeah, and let's imagine Keenan Allen gets hurt, right? Now here are your top 3 receivers: DJ Moore, Velus Jones, Dante Pettis. You needed a receiver. You had to take Odunze.
Yeah, I thought it was a great pick, and I bet Caleb Williams had a say in this as well, because clearly the 2 of them have been hitting it off, Caleb and Odunze. So I bet that he had a little influence on this too, saying go get my guy.
I forgot to warn the the Bears GM stay away from USC quarterbacks.
Yeah, no,
I
no,
hate
you
USC.
tried. You tried.
I hate USC quarterbacks. I don't like them at all.
You tried to warn them. This was I think this was an obvious success for the Bears, and Ryan Poles.
On paper.
On paper, that's a great.
Yeah, you never know how it's going to go, right? But the Bears, there was a straightforward thing they should have done. They did it. That's not a guarantee with the Bears.
And I think it's just cool for the Bears fans that we know they finally have some hope for offense, where the defense I think is always going to be good. And then they really did turn it up at the end of last season. But for the Bears to come into a year and be afraid a little bit of the Bears offense, that's not a feeling that we're familiar with as Vikings fans. And if Caleb gets going by middle of the season, is there a better trio of receivers? Like that's one of the best trios in the league that you could have right now. And DeAndre Swift's in the backfield. So